Welcome to College Talk with Yashi. I have my favorite guest of the season, Kashvi Chaudhary. Kashvi will share a few insights. She has done her undergrad from Delhi University and now she's going for 2023 intake to Cornell University. She will share her experience. She will share what one should do, what one should not do. I think she was probably in a similar situation few years back. So I hope her journey can help many others. Hi Kashvi,
Hi.
welcome.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. So Kashvi, share your entire experience, not in terms of application, journey after your high school, how you started, how you chose particular subject.
Okay. So I think I realized in 12th grade only that I really liked economics, which is why I chose that subject as my undergraduate degree. So I'm a student of Kamala Nehru College, University of Delhi, and I just finished my degree in economics honors. Due to which my interest in economics has also pushed me to pursue a master's course in applied economics and management. I think before I came to you, I was extremely confused about what course to choose or which college to go to. However, I think when we sat together and we went through a lot of resources, I was able to figure out what my career goals were, what my actual passion was, which made me narrow down to a few courses and a few colleges. The whole journey was obviously a bit difficult because you're a bit unsure of what you want to do. You're still kind of young right now, so it becomes a bit difficult. But I think with your help, we really handled it well. So yeah, I think through I think over the past few months, we've been able to figure out what my actual passion was and what the college was the most beneficial for me, which is why I decided on Cornell University, even though I did get admission into a few other colleges such as UCLA and Northeastern. And apart from that, I think you've helped me grow, not just as a student, as a person as well, because you've given me a lot of advice about how to handle my studies when I'm actually there, how to go about my day. So,
How to not abscond.
yeah, exactly. So I think I'm very happy that we were able to work together, and I think this journey was made much easier, and it was a much better experience through this.
So tell me, Kashvi, how you were as a student in your high school years. See, in India, Ivy is like a dream for many. And many parents I've seen, they start conceiving this dream from very early age of children. So how you were academically in your middle school years, senior school years?
Okay. So I think I've gone through different phases. I was a good student at one time, then maybe I might have not been that great of a student. So in middle school, I was not that great. However, I feel like I'm the type of person who gets motivated by seeing others. So when I see that others are studying and they're achieving something, it gives me a push. So in my senior years, my 11th and 12th grade especially, I think I was quite motivated to get good marks. Boards especially is such a huge thing for Indian students, so that made me work really hard.
So if you vaguely remember, what was your percentage in grade 10 and what was your percentage in grade 12?
Okay. So my percentage in grade 10th was 93%, and my percentage in grade 12th was 96.25%.
So if, say, for example, somebody is not that great in terms of academics, do you think they should dream for Ivy Leagues?
Yeah, definitely, because I feel like colleges in USA definitely focus on extracurriculars as well. So even if academics may not be a strong point for a student, if they're able to make up for that through extracurriculars or through community service and other ways of networking, I think that also holds a huge importance for US colleges.
So a lot of people have a belief that, probably going to Delhi University, college like Kamla Nehru or any other college, they have a less chance of getting into top school around the world. What is your say on this? You because you have applied in UK in all top schools, you have applied in US in all top schools. What's your take on this?
Okay, so I don't think Delhi University is a bad thing for a student, because it's true, we've all heard that we might need to work a bit harder when you're in University of Delhi, but but the university itself has huge importance among US admission officers, and it definitely adds to your application. However, again, you do need to work on your academics. The college alone won't get you admitted. But
yeah, when did you started preparing for your master's program? Was it in first year of the college, second year of the college? When you started thinking of masters, preparing for application?
okay, so I think I started in my second year. My first year was a COVID year, so I couldn't do much during that time. So as soon as I entered my second year of college, I started preparing for my master's application.
Okay, and what all you did during your college years to build up for your application? What was your average GPA when you started thinking of colleges?
So I think I started, the first thing that any college student starts off with is an internship. Internships as a college student is definitely quite important. So in every year of college, I've tried to do at least one big internship during my either summer vacations or winter vacations. Apart from that, things like research papers, as you were advised, obviously also really matter. I wrote a few research papers and made other accounts that involve writing mainly, and my average GPA throughout my second, third year has been around 9.1 out of 10.
Okay, and when have you started working on your GRE? When did you take the first attempt? How was your journey in GRE, and what is your general advice to somebody who wants to start preparing for GRE?
Okay, so I started, my applications had to go out around December, and I started preparing for my GRE exam around June, I think. So initially it was a slow process. It's difficult to get into the whole process of studying continuously. However, it is definitely a difficult exam. So my first attempt was in August, and I scored 313 out of 340, which can be a good score. However, I believe that I could have done much better, which is why I studied for the next 2 months as well continuously. And I gave my second attempt in November, where I scored 324 out of 340, which I believed was one of the best scores that I could have gotten. So there are a lot of websites available online for students to refer to.
Okay, and which resources you suggest to somebody who's preparing for GRE, and any practice schedule you recommend? Anything to ace in GRE? Yeah.
So two main sites that I used a lot were Magoosh and Manhattan. Both of these websites have a lot of material available online, and I think as a practice schedule, obviously everyone has some other thing that they need to do, so it's important to balance your time efficiently. So just make sure to take out around, I think, 4 to 5 hours, I think should be fine, 4 to 5 hours per day. There are two main components, English and math. So make sure to give enough time to both of these. And if you do believe you require extra help, you can reach out to some tuition teacher through LinkedIn, and they can also guide you through the whole process. So I would definitely recommend Magoosh and Manhattan.
Do you also recommend independent coaching or coaching centers?
Okay, so I am not a very big fan of coaching centers because I do believe that since they get a lot of students, it's difficult to focus on one particular person and for them to do really well. So I actually took independent coaching for my second GRE attempt, and I believe that that really helped me a lot because I got some extra resources and extra help.
Okay. Also, what do you think? What was the spike factor in your application? Do you think your GRE score was the score to get into a Ivy League school?
Okay, so I believe that again, scores don't always decide what college you will get into. You can get into an Ivy League college with a lower score or a higher score. So I think one thing that I personally think was made a huge difference for my application was my essay. I was quite proud of my essay, and I received some help for it, and I think that was one thing that really added to my application.
Also, any other factors you would like to share, which can, your lows and how you felt when you were doing your application, anything which can help next year applicants?
Okay, so make sure to start at an earlier time. Again, it gets very overwhelming, so there are a lot of things to do. So it gets difficult if you're starting a bit late. And apart from that, just focus on academics. Try to write a good SOP. Try to get an internship, and I think you will again guide them
Strategize.
better. Yeah.
So also, there is the education counseling industry in India and abroad is very big.
Yeah.
And of course, there is a commercial associated to it, which starts from say 1.75 lakh for master and goes up till 12 lakh in India. I would like to really have a true feedback on how much this fees is justified when you do this application process.
Okay. So if I'm speaking honestly, in the beginning, as any student would think, it might seem a bit towards the higher side, but now that I've gone through the whole process and I know how much work it takes, how much effort goes into it, I believe that it's totally justified, and I think I got a good return on it as well, since I'm going to a really good university and I'm extremely happy with this decision. So I do believe it's justified.
Also, I think the entire world talk about 3-degree validation in US. You need a 16 hours degree, wherein you had 3 years degree. What is your take on that? What do you think was the factor? Because you not only got into Cornell, you got into UCLA also, which clearly says on their website 3-year degree is not acceptable.
Yeah.
So what's your take on that?
Okay, so again, the 4-year degree rule really narrowed down some of my options. So I was a bit worried, but again, each college has this mention that if we think that the applicant has something specific that they want, they will be okay with a 3-year degree. So I'm just happy that it was something in my application, maybe my academics, maybe my internships, maybe something that impressed them, which made them take someone with a 3-year degree. But again, I believe it depends on the college and the admission officers.
Anything for parents? Because what I have observed is when typically kids go for abroad education, lot of parents make this as a whole project. So any advice? I think I've been with you for almost 2.5 years now. I never met your mom, never interacted. I remember we are seeing, bumping to each other on Zara and saying, oh, this is my mom. That's how I have seen her once. I think in 2.5 years, I spoke to your father maximum 5 to 6 times over the call, which did not lasted more than 8 to 10 minutes. I met him twice or thrice, that too for 15 to 20 minutes. I think so. Anything you feel that you would like to share with people?
Okay. I think it's important for the parents to distance themselves a bit from this whole journey, because I think the student themselves is already very overwhelmed. They know they have a lot of things to do. So personally, even I've experienced this with my parents. If they try to involve themselves a lot in my journey, I just get more anxious. So I believe that the student is capable enough to decide what they want, interact individually with you, and figure out what they want. So obviously it's important that parents know what is going on, but they should leave it up to the kids to.
Yeah, exactly. And I personally feel kids who generally makes it to top 20 schools around the world, it's not because their parents have created a plan on Excel when they were born. It is their caliber, their competence.
That's true.
So I think I'm aligned with what you are saying. Any 2-3 tips to future applicants?
Yeah. So apart from the things that I've already mentioned, such as academics and follow up on your internships and all, one tip that I would definitely give anyone is keep up to the deadlines that Yashi gives you, because I made the mistake of not following up on a few of them, and they just I was the only one who was at a disadvantage there. So just keep up to the deadlines that you've been given.
So it's a secret and we would like to share. How much, when we decided to apply to Cornell?
Okay, so originally our applications were supposed to go out in October, I think, or October, and maybe earlier. I think it started off from September, which is why my first GRE attempt was in August. But then it went on till December, January. So yeah.
So I think that's a pretty valid advice. Thank you, Kashvi. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Look forward to see you again.